A backpack and cell phone abandoned.
It's an intensive search and it's all hands on deck until we can find her.
But no sign of a 15-year-old girl in Port St. Lucie. The story of a Fort Myers man's arrest is almost as strange as what officers found in his car and President Biden pushing gun control.
If you commit a crime with a ghost gun, expect federal prosecution,
including a crackdown on so-called ghost guns. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Good morning, South Florida. I'm Julian Davis.
And I'm Anya Joseph. Today's Tuesday, April 12, 2022.
From the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
The parents of Parkland victim Joaquim Oliver were among the invited guests for a White House address to announce new gun control legislation. President Joe Biden announced a new regulation around so-called ghost guns.
As CNN's Karen Kaifa reports, untraceable weapons that can be ordered in kits online and assembled at home have been popping up at more crime scenes nationwide in recent years.
These ghost guns from
President Joe Biden Monday taking steps he hopes will help stem a rise in gun violence.
If you commit a crime with a ghost gun, expect federal prosecution.
The White House in particular trying to curb so-called ghost guns, like one a police source said was recovered over the weekend in connection with the fatal shooting of a 16-year-old girl in New York City's South Bronx.
The number of ghost guns in New York City and on Long Island are skyrocketing.
Kits to assemble the guns can be purchased online in most states, with some parts unregulated and without serial numbers untraceable.
Because you can circumvent background checks, domestic abusers, convicted felons, people who would not otherwise be able to have a gun can now get their hands on one.
The new federal regulations will require purchasers to pass a background check, manufacturers to put serial numbers on the firearms components, and firearm dealers to add a serial number to already built ghost guns they come across.
These guns are weapons of choice for many criminals. We're going to do everything we can to deprive them of that choice.
Biden also named Steve Dettelbach, a former U.S. attorney from Ohio, to lead the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. The federal agency tasked with enforcing federal gun laws has not had a permanent director since 2015. In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
One teen is charged with homicide this morning and another is dead after they played a tragic game near Ocala. 16-year-old Christopher Leroy was shot by his 17-year-old friend Joshua Vining. Police say they were taking turns shooting each other while wearing a body armor vest back on April 3rd. A second teen is also being charged with providing false information to the police. Another teen says he recorded the scene on his phone.
The search for a missing teen in Port St. Lucie is underway this morning. Officials say 15-year-old Sage Stills was walking to school early yesterday morning when she called a friend saying she was being followed. That friend moments later called the police.
When a call comes out like this, every available officer, it's an intensive manpower, an intensive search. Okeechobee bloodhounds are coming from Okeechobee. It's an intensive search and it's all hands on deck until we can find her.
When police arrived at the location, they found her backpack and cell phone on the sidewalk. Authorities are speaking to witnesses and reviewing nearby security cameras.
A man is awaiting trial near Fort Myers this morning. Inside his pickup, deputies say were drugs, guns, and a baby alligator. They recognized this driver as Michael Mariella. He previously had a suspended license. Police checked his truck and then arrested him yesterday, but the real shock was the live alligator found in the bed. Mariella was charged with carrying concealed firearms and possession of drugs. He's scheduled to appear in court on May 2nd.
Today, a young boy is waking up in the hospital after being bitten by a shark in Palm Beach County. The boy says the boy was standing in shallow water yesterday when he noticed a shark as it swam towards him. He estimates it was about 4 feet long, and paramedics then treated the wound and took him to the hospital.
A late night for Marlins fans as the Fish took on the Los Angeles Angels out in California. A solo home run for Jesus Sanchez was about the only bright spot for the Marlins on what was otherwise a dismal night. The Angels rout Miami 6-2. The same two teams play tonight. First pitch is just after 7 p.m.
Miami's DJ Khaled has received a lot of awards, and this morning he has another one.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
I applied to all these colleges and I got in.
A Florida student turning the college application process into a full-time job. Newsbreak will be back in just 2 minutes.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life. But how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have something called prediabetes. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
If a natural disaster shows up at your doorstep, you can't just turn it away. That's why it's important to prepare for emergencies before they show up. Go to ready.gov/plan to find the tools and tips you need. And make a plan today.
You really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A Florida high school senior was told to apply himself, and he took it to the extreme.
The student at Rutherford High School in the Florida Panhandle has applied to 27 colleges and universities.
As reporter Sayana Kandawala from WJHG tells us, he was accepted by all of them.
Jonathan Walker has put the A in accepted.
It's still crazy to think about that I applied to all these colleges and I got in.
The 18-year-old Rutherford High School senior applied to 27 colleges and universities, and he got into all of them.
That's such a rare thing to occur, but the fact that it did happen, I'm so excited about it.
The 27 schools include multiple Ivy Leagues like Yale, Harvard, and the University of Pennsylvania.
I've just really been trying to soak it in.
Besides hitting the books, Jonathan plays for the school's football team.
I absolutely love sports.
He even made time to invent something that helps the deaf and blind.
I've always loved creating devices to help people, so I definitely want to further that.
So how exactly can someone get into every school they apply for?
It was really just writing a set of essays for one college, and then from there tweaking them specifically for the colleges.
Rutherford staff members say he is an incredibly hardworking student.
He's very articulate, very forthright.
Jonathan says his family motivates him every day.
I really do look up to them because they showed me what it's like to be passionate about something.
And his advice for students who want to succeed:
keep grinding no matter what.
Jonathan says he has not picked a college yet, but we know 27 of them would be lucky to have him. In Panama City, Sayona Kandwala, News Channel 7.
Jonathan Walker has received scholarship offers totaling over $4 million combined. He is still deciding on which school to attend.
Miami's DJ Khaled getting honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The hip-hop music producer received the honor yesterday. Born Khaled Muhammad, Khaled, the Grammy Award-winning producer, got his start in the 90s as a radio co-host on the popular Miami station WEDR FM 99 Jams. Today, DJ Khaled has won several awards and now has a star to add to that accomplishment list.
Congratulations to DJ Khaled. That is all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Anya Joseph.
And I'm Julian Davis. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.